Hello, everyone, and welcome to our launch party for From Page to Stage podcast. Now, I am really excited about this because it's not every day that I get to share a stage with so many beautiful people. I've individually interviewed a number of the guys here, and these ones are going to be going up. We've got 10 that are going up live today as we have our launch party. And then the other people that we've already interviewed, and that is, Jennifer's coming up, and Frank's is already recorded, and Angel's is coming up. We're going to be popping those out sort of drip feed. I was going to do it once a week rather, but because I've got so many beautiful recordings already done, thank you. What we're actually going to be doing is doing out 2 a week until the inspirational people are all up. And then we'll be going to once a week when we're inviting the authors who haven't quite made it to stage yet. So that's what we're up to. That's the premise of what we're doing. So welcome aboard, everybody. It's actually, Bethany, you're here in lieu of Joel's coming to join you, but he's already on my list for recording as well. Irina's got a recording coming up. Jennifer's got a recording coming up. So Stuart, we're going to be getting you in as well, sir. So there'll be more on the way. Exciting. Okay, so what we're going to do then is, if I can get everybody to go on to mute for now, what we'll do is we'll then go to Katana. A quick cough first. Here we go, Karen. So Katana, would you share with us a little bit about your podcast episode? I'm going to put 4 minutes on my clock so that we have we'll keep to pretty good time. Off you go, love.
Our conversation was actually quite enlightening for me. Never really looked at my history of whether, the stage came first or the page came first. And so there's some surprises even for myself with regard to that. We had a lot of conversation around, our story and how important it is for connection and speaking from the heart and not from the head, not from a script. So that was really exciting as well. We talked about what I do, the process that I do in transforming people through art and wellness strategies. And I'm gonna apologize in advance if I come up short on time. But yeah, no, we had a really good talk about different things that influenced us as well. I talked about a certain thing that we get up on and go forward with, that you can find in some town squares and not in others. Something we'd definitely like to see more of.
That's a great little teaser, Katana. A great little teaser. Thank you. So yeah, got to go and watch Katana's episode. This will be coming up, as I said, as we speak. We've actually got a little bit of time on that one, Katana, if you want to add anything else. Otherwise, we'll carry on.
I'm going to go ahead and yield my time to someone else. And no, I feel like the more of a teaser and a surprise it is, the better.
Love it. Love it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to share screen and we're going to do a quick countdown and we will put Katana's on live. So let me find the one that we need to look at. And that is, where are we? Sandra's. There we go, Katana's. Oh, hang on. Shush, 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 shush. And we are going to go. We're on. Hang on, we need to edit. Oh, here comes Layla. Sorry, I thought I'd got this sorted. Katana. Okay, pop that over there. Katana's. And here we go. We are going to go. Edit video. Visibility. Here we go. 5, 4, 3. Where is it? It's disappeared. There we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay! You are now live, Katana. Fabulous. Thank you. So that's what we're doing, how we're working it. We'll give a little bit of a snippet of information first on the teaser of it, and then we'll do the countdown and it goes live. What we're doing is we're primarily doing it on YouTube first. So I will be sending you all some links extra so you can go, blast it, blast it, blast it. And we will, during the week, I will work out how to do it on Podbean and set it up as the audio version as well. But we're focusing on doing the audio visual to start with. So that's where we're at. Thank you, Katana. Congratulations. You're now on Page to Stage. Beautiful. Okay. I was going to say, Kathy, you are next, my love.
Thank you. So hi, everybody. I'm Kathy from Kathy Smith Coaching, and my book is called The Coach's Marketing Roadmap. So we had a great chat about marketing and coaching and who you should be talking to. And sometimes we think that we should talk to everybody. And should you? That was what our discussion was all about. So we talked about some background about the fact that I've been in marketing for about 35 years. Yes, started very young. And how things have changed. And it's amazing the way that we get really stuck in our ways and we think we should do a certain thing. And then this new technology comes along and it really disrupts us. So then we think we should spread ourselves way too thin. So we got into a bit of storytelling. We got into where I came from, how I got there, how I met Wendy, the fact that Wendy's been on my podcast a couple of times, and all the things to do with marketing and how coaches should be stepping up a little. And sometimes we feel that we can't.
Thank you so much, Kathy. That was brilliant. Okay, let's go back to sharing screen and find Kathy's. So Katana's we can put down now, and hang on, Sandra, not yet. It's Katana's, we can put that one down. We've done, nope, that's later for Snow. Where's he gone? Excuse me, let's pick up Kathy's. Here we go. Go to edit video. In my dreams, this was seamless, just to let you know. Okay, here we go then. We're going from unlisted to public in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Kathy is now live. Yay, welcome to your From Page to Stage. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so looking down the list then, Deborah, you're next in the alphabetical order, my love. Are you ready?
I am. Thank you for having me, and great to see everyone. This is a very exciting day. I know Wendy's very excited about this, and I think all of us who got to participate are very honored to be part of it, Wendy, so thank you. We had a wonderful conversation about many things. One of the things was, which came first, page to stage or stage to page? And for me, it was stage to page. So I've been a speaker for a long time and a trainer, and I didn't really know that I could write anything but business stuff, to be honest. And I was invited to participate in a book, and it was an anthology, and I'm proud to say that I've now been in 8 anthologies, and I've written for a magazine for over a year and another magazine for a while. So I'm finding that I guess I kind of have a bit of a knack for this. And my book is called Live Life in WOW. And WOW is an acronym for wonder, openness, and wisdom. And I am in that book with 14 other amazing humans, one of which is Stuart Elliott. And I want to thank him because his story has had a powerful impact on our rankings, Stuart. I don't even know if you know that, but we again reached out, and this is 15 months after we launched. We reached number 2 and number 3 in a couple of categories, and that was due to your story, Stuart. So everybody give Stuart a big round of applause because his story is breathtaking. And so many of the stories in the book are that powerful. In fact, I feel they really all are. And so WOW, like I say, is an acronym. It's for wonder, openness, and wisdom. And every story has a summary that talks about what's the wonder of that story and what did it open up the author to and what's the wisdom that they wanted to share. And one of the things that's a little bit different in our book is we actually have all the contact information for all the authors, and we invite our readers to reach out and be in touch. So Wendy and I talked about all of that sort of stuff and how wow is kind of my favorite word, and people maybe get tired of me saying it, but I just really love it. So I'm going to say it whenever I want. How's that? So
Thank
for everybody,
you.
we are, okay, go ahead.
Thank you. And yes, Stuart, you're in my sights, sir. You're up next. Not today, but we will be doing a recording for sure, for sure. Okay, so it's over to going live for Deborah. And thank you for those of you who have been very kindly reminding me in the chat. Make sure you hit done as well so that it does go live. So thank you, everybody who's been participating behind the scenes. Here we go. So this is now Deborah's. We are going to go to the edit video. To unlisted, to public in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Got it this time. I will make sure the Katanas and Kathy's are done post-production, as they say. Love it. Thank you. Beautiful. So we've had Deborah, we've had Katana, we've had Kathy. Dan, are you ready? Hang on, we've got a couple of people in the waiting room. Let's see who's coming in now. Okay, no, don't. Who's in the waiting room? Waiting room, where are you? Forgive me, I'm getting a little bit confused as to how we invite people in. Where's the waiting room gone? In the past, when I've done this, there have been other people who are in the background to help me, but today it's me. Okay, I trust that they will come back up again. Anyway, let's have a go at Dan. You're up next, sir.
Thank you, Wendy. So always a pleasure to have conversations with you. I was on your other podcast. You've been on my podcast. So it's always fun having a conversation with you. And I was definitely a page first, stage later, because I've been writing my entire life, but not published until 2012. And then published again in 2021, 2022, and twice in 2023. So for a snippet from our conversation, we're kind of all over the place because I've got books in all kinds of different genres. I've got a book about my baseball coaching career. I've got a book about my RV travels. I've got a book that technically my dog has written, and I've got a coloring book as well. So we were all over the place. And again, I just love having conversations with Wendy. It's always fun to see where it goes. You can see I'm in my RV right now. I'm sitting in a parking lot in Arizona.
And you've got to
doing
show
this
us your
call.
t-shirt. Come on, show us your t-shirt.
So this is the the cover of the children's book that my dog wrote, Four Paws and Six Wheels Across America. So we travel with a 15-year-old golden retriever who absolutely is loving life and loves being a famous author, and he has outsold me when we're doing the stats. The dog has definitely sold more books than the human has. So again, I'm excited for this. I love the concept of this podcast, and it's happy to be a part of the first round. So thank you so much, Wendy, for including me.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so Layla, thank you very much for the suggestion. At the moment, I can't quite see how to make you co-host. So I think that's under.
Wendy, if you go into participants, open up the participants and then find whomever. And if you hover over their name, and then it'll pull
Got
up.
it. Thank you. Thank you. As you can see, guys, real and raw. And I appreciate everybody's support and help on this one. Okay. So let's have a look then at Dan's going live. We find that one, we've done that one. That's a Dan. Oh, no, cancel. Dan. Let's go to this one. Nope, that's Kathy's. There we go. Dan's, and we will go to edit it. Thank you for bearing with me, guys. As I said, in my dreams, this was seamless. No. Unlisted to public in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Yay, well done. We are now live with Dan on From Page to Stage. Thank you. Okay. That was Dan, and who else have we got? Hi, nice to see you, Joel. We will go next to Snow. Are you there, mate?
Oh, heavens, no, we can't go next to me. I've only just got here. I am not prepared.
What we're doing,
Great.
Snow, is asking you just to give a little bit of a snippet, just a teaser of our conversation. While you're getting your head around this, I can tell you that this is a very different interview because Snow and I recorded it live in person, not over Zoom. He was sitting on the other side of the table, and this is in his studio. So it looks a very different setup to the Zoom that everybody else has been doing. So this is my little introduction. Snow, tell us a bit more about what we spoke about, would you?
Yes. This was for my interview with you or your interview with me?
My interview with you for Page to Stage.
Yes. So it was about my new book that launched, Eyeballing with Snow. The book is Leaders with the Heart, Volume 2. In my particular chapter, multi-authored book. My chapter was Eyeballing with Snow, which is my brand here, and it was play locally, win globally. So I had the pleasure of meeting Wendy not so long ago. We were relatively
We're new buddies.
New buddies, but it seems like I've known you forever. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah. So I really am not prepared to jump on. I forgot all about this morning, so please bear with me.
Sure, not a problem. So this is where you can see then that some authors are authors primarily and are not necessarily so ready to speak. I'm going to put you on the spot here, Snow, because that's what you've said yourself.
Yes. As as a new author, as a brand new podcaster, as a new entrepreneur, this is all brand new to me, all brand new to me. And I've only decided to start podcasting because a good friend of ours, me and Wendy's have got me into podcasting. And I don't, if you meet me in person, I promise you, you will feel a more charismatic, warm, welcoming than on this camera like this. I am terrified and nervous of this camera like this, but I find that when I built a studio, I find I can talk to people better in person, one-on-one. So I built my, I launched my podcast studio in collaboration with my travel agency, and because I can talk with people one-on-one, face-to-face all day long. But this thing, Wendy put me on the spot. I just got on this platform, and already she's telling me to have a conversation with you guys. And some of you, I recognize some faces here. Good to see you guys this morning, this afternoon, this evening, wherever you are. But they know that I'm very, very shy when it comes to this thing on Zoom. And heaven's sake, on the stage, it feels like it's almost impossible. Prior to this new frame of mind I'm in right now, which is literally, if I dream it, it will be. So I am terrified about being on the stage still, but it's something that I look forward to.
As your mum's brilliant poem said, I can do it.
Oh yes, everything I'm doing is stemming from my mom, who's a published poet and an artist, and every stage, wherever I have challenges throughout my entire stages, I always recall this one mantra that I have, which I also describe in my book. It's a poem by my mother called "But I Did." Thank you, Wendy. It goes like this: I know I said that I never would, but then I thought that I never could, but I did. It's published in 1979 by Rayanne, my mother.
So that is the little bit of a snippet. Come in and hear the rest of the conversation, because it all revolves from that one poem.
Yes.
No, are you ready to go live, sir? The podcast is going live. I'm sorry, you missed the others. We're doing now the reveal as I share screen and show your podcast episode going live on YouTube. Are you ready for that then?
Oh, yes. I just have to watch, right?
Yeah. Enjoy.
Yes.
Okay. So we've had Dan's, and where are we? Where's Snow's gone?
Oh, this is the live for launching our.
Yes.
This is brilliant, Wendy.
Well, it will be if I get it right. Let's try go back to channel content.
Oh my God. How many of you guys have done this before?
Well, we've got a few people who are already in our live bit. So we're going now to Snow's. We'll do the edit bit from here, and we are going live, public in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Public and done.
Oh my God, Wendy, this is actually fantastic.
You are now live on our show.
Oh wow, this is incredible. This is really, 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 really cool. I've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah,
I've seen people go live and post, but not this. Oh, this is very cool.
This is live.
Can I do this?
I think you can.
I think I want to do this. This is, oh my God, this is very nice.
Got it. Well, we can have this discussion off air later.
Sure.
On. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to come and see you tomorrow. Oh, by the way, if you want to do a live recording with Snow, you're going to have to go to Kuala Lumpur, which possibly is not something. Yeah, Terry's up for it. Karen's up for it. Yeah, jump on a plane, come and see us, and then I'll be around as well. I'll sit and heckle in the background. Okay, so that was Snow's. Beautiful. Okay, we have left here who's present. Sandra, over to you, my love.
Hello, Wendy. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited for your podcast. So, me and Wendy discussed a range of things. We discussed a lot about how I went from writing books to having my own YouTube show, so a virtual stage to speaking in person. And we spoke about how my first book was about redundancy, and I used my expertise in management and recruitment and being made redundant to take 2.5 years to publish that first book. But then I went a different route with my books, and I started to specialize in asexuality. And I started my YouTube show called Asexualize My Asexual Life, which has I should say, over 740,000 views now. So I'm on target for 1 million. And I spoke about my Asexual Perspectives book, and I also talked about my fibromyalgia self-help handbook as well. So I talked about a range of different books, and I talked about the importance of why it's good to start a virtual stage to lead on to an actual in-person stage, because it's important to create an audience for your book. So rather than just publishing books on Amazon or other marketplaces, it's important to connect with your audience on a more global scale. And that's why it's so important to have a podcast or a YouTube show. And that's actually where I get probably the majority of my sales from, through my YouTube show, because I mention it in episodes when I'm talking about educational content. I do a live chat show, and then I also do a vlog on there as well. And I also talked about overcoming fears and personal boundaries. I talked about how I was shy and that I had to overcome those fears in order to speak in front of camera on my YouTube show about some very interesting, delicate topics. And then I talked about how I'm now about to publish my diary confessions of a hyperromantic asexual 78 life lessons to ace your life book. So I talked about how I combine genres to basically create different types of books in the non-fiction category. And I talked about how my channel, my YouTube channel, I share educational content about dating, relationships, love, life, confidence, self-care, and I share my own asexual life journey and giving advice and guidance on how I overcome difficult things in my life to then help the viewers so they can use my life as an inspiration. And my book that's coming out, the Diary Confessions book, is a behind the scenes of my channel. And I've even got people waiting to buy that. And we also talked about my controversial book called Asexual Guide to Sex, which I've been working on for 5 years now. So, and I plan to do a YouTube advert with that for the first time. So that's exciting, and I'm thrilled to be here.
So much in there, so much in there. Now, Sandra, you're speaking the same language as Angel, who's going to be recording a podcast with us in a couple of weeks, who's talking about having your own podcast. Payman, who sadly is not able to join us today, he did the academy that both Snow and Katana and myself have been through. Jennifer, I think, have you done his? Yeah, you've done his as well. So sadly, he's not able to join us today. And so you're all talking the same language. We need to have our own shows. Now, if the audience, our audience, are not quite there yet, let's get onto podcasts. Let's get our name out there and get a little bit more familiar, if quite comfortable yet, with being in front of a camera. Always great to be pod guests. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's where we're going. Okay, Sandra, are you ready to go live, darling? Let's go and publish you. Okay. Share screen, please. Thank you. And share. We've got Kathy's. That's David's, Crystal's, Dan's, Payman's. Where's Sandra's? Sorry, we will go back and find you, Sandra. Okay.
Thank you.
I will make sure that everybody's is definitely live once we're done. Okay, so we are going public in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And done. Yes. Welcome to From Page to Stage, Sandra. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so we've actually had everybody who has recorded theirs here present. We've got a few more that haven't managed to join us today. So we're going to do a quick intro for them as well, and they can come back and watch the recording and see the excitement of it. But Frank, you got a podcast episode already in the can. Karen, yours is going to be recorded. Joel's, yours is going to be recorded. Layla's, you're up soon. Terry's up soon. Craig's, yours is in the can. Pat's, yours is in the can. Irina, yours is coming up. I think we got so many wonderful stories we're about to tell. Jennifer, yours is coming up as well. Did I mention it? Stuart, we have a date to work out. We've definitely got a date to work out. I'm just thinking, Roseanne, you, my love, will definitely be a good person to have on as well. So all the lovely people who are here, Sophie, we need to connect a little bit more. We'll check in with you as well. So that's what we've got, these gorgeous people here. I'm going to go and do the lives for the others and share in their excitement, even although they're not with us, but I'll show you a bit more about who they are as we do it. Pat, because you came in a little bit later, what I'm going to do for the recordings that we've already got, I'm going to put out 2 a week. So I will let you guys know when they are going live. I'll let you know a couple of days in advance so you can blast them out for your socials and have some fun with that as well. Okay, let's see where we've got to with the going live. We have Kathy's is there. Now, this one is a pair of guys that come as a dual act. Tina and Ava form the Divine Mess. They have their own podcast, and sadly, neither of them was able to join us today. But these two are alumni from my program. They've never met before they came on my program. And my word, what a difference these two have made. And they've come together almost as soulmates and created this podcast, which they've done over 50 episodes now, week by week. So it's a very long running, well-established podcast called The Divine Mess. So I highly recommend that you check in on this particular recording and then go follow The Divine Mess. I've put in the show notes that there are a couple of jokes because they love to tease me about the fact that I'm keen on structure, and they are anything but. So there are a few little references to that. And the other thing is they know how much I hate the word just. And David is really cheeky. He tries to put in as many justs as possible and then gives me a count up of how many justs he's included at the end of a session. So these two are fabulous. Let me go live with them. And as I said, do share. Okay, going to edit. Going from unlisted to public in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. The Divine Mess is now live. Yay. Okay, let's come back to where we were with the stop sharing. And we have, who have we got left? We've got Crystal, who's sadly not with us today, which is a shame because I know she's got a container. I know she's been unwell. So we've got Crystal and we've got Payman still to go. Let's find them up here. Okay, that one can now go down and we will, yes, I know. Here we go, here's Crystal's. So those of you who don't already know Crystal, she runs a fabulous publishing house. The Mad Book that I did last year, curated last year, was with her publishing house, and she's about to set up a solo book incubator. Now, there are a couple of people here who already are part of her program, But this is really special because she's looking at how she can support individual authors do their solo books within a group program. So writing can be a bit of a lonely existence, particularly if you're doing a solo book. So this is where she brings people together. There's some camaraderie, there's some joint teamwork, and you feel as though you can bounce off each other. You've got that teamwork, you've got that community there. So this is Crystal's version, and she's going live. Where are we? Yeah. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Crystal is live. Whoa, welcome to From Page to Stage. Got it. Okay, and we've got payments still to come. That's done. Here we go, payments. Okay, now for those of you who don't already know Payman Lorenzo is a very special person who has come from being painfully shy to actually having his own podcast, multiple author, 4 times now author. His podcast has done over 300 episodes, and he runs a podcast academy as to how to create and monetize your podcast. As I mentioned earlier on, there are a few here present who are part of his program, alumni along with myself. So this is Payman's stuff, and let's put his episode going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Payman is now live on From Page to Stage. I believe we've, oh no, Corrie's the last one. Now, was that Corrie? Yes, Corrie. Now, Corrie, for those of you who don't know, is a prolific podcaster and author and TEDx speaker. He's actually done 5 to date. He's got 1 more in his sights in the next couple of weeks. But Corrie has a book coming out. Now, his is a solo book, but his is doing things in a slightly different way, because he's doing a physical bricks and mortar launch with Barnes and Noble and all other coming from a bookstore near you type thing. But ahead of the launch, ahead of the actual publication date, he's giving a load of free bonuses. So if you pre-order the book, and he's working on whether or not you can do it through Kindle, he's checking in with his publisher, because there's me going, I'd love a copy of the book. However, when you're traveling and you've only got 20 kilos, you rather like the Kindle version. So he's checking that bit out. So that's what he's got talking about, the enlightened passenger. Let's check in and send his live so you can all go in and check on that one. So Corrie is going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Corrie is now live on From Page to Stage. Now, if I've got my maths right, we've actually got all 10 episodes up, which is really exciting. How are we doing? Okay, Pat's had to leave us. That's fine. Cool. So this is where we're at, and this is what we're going to be doing in future. Now, when we've got the 2, as I said, I'm going to drop in 2 weeks, 2 in a week. So they'll be on a Sunday/Monday, depending on where in the world you are, and a Thursday/Wednesday. So for those of us east of Dublin, it'll be the second day. For those west of Dublin, it'll be the day before. So Sunday and Wednesday for you guys, and Monday and Thursday for us. Oh, why are we sad? Okay, no worries. So that's what we've got coming up. I will send, if you'd like to be involved in a live send off, give me a shout and we'll do this again for your individual thing, and we'll do it live to YouTube if we can do that at the same time. I will work it out. So, okay, guys, I'm open for Q&A. If any of you would like to open up the chat, and not literally the physical chat, raise your hand. Let's have a conversation. For those of you who haven't yet done your podcast recordings, give us a bit of a flavor of who you are. Who wants to go first? Angel, please do share.
Well, how much fun was this? Like, to be a part of like the whole behind the scenes and going live. I thought that was really fun. Wendy, thanks so much for putting this together. You alluded to me a little bit earlier. They call me a media matchmaker, and I help people find podcasts to get booked on, because being a podcast guest is such an amazing way to make an incredible impact in the world. So I'm going to talk about my Page to Stage experience, but truly, if you've, as a podcast guest, microphone in one hand and a book in the other, that's all you need to go and truly make an absolute impact in the world, because there are hundreds and thousands of podcast hosts that are looking for you to share your story on their show. So thanks for letting me be here tonight.
So exciting. That's so exciting. I'm really looking forward to our conversation, Angel. Okay, Stuart, would you like to share a little bit about your wonderful journey?
Which one?
Good point. Good point.
I was born in the UK, so in '86, I decided to do an overland trip through Africa, 6-month journey through Africa. And after 6 months and many, many wonderful adventures, I got off the ferry on the shores of the UK and said, I don't like it anymore, I'm going back. So I went back to Africa, stayed there for 18 years. And then in 2003, I moved over to China for 1 year. It's now 2024, I'm still here. So there's been many, many, many different adventures, and I've learned a whole great deal along the way. And my mission now is to help people recognize the possibilities that are trapped inside them and they don't realize they have. So that's a little bit about me.
That's going to be a fabulous one. We'll be in touch to get that booked in. Layla, what would you like to say?
Hello, Wendy and
Hello.
Stuart and Sandra and Snow and Angel and everyone else who's here today. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you putting me on as co-host so I could help support you through this really wonderful thing that you've put together and launched here today. Congratulations to all those who've already gone from page to stage, and I look forward to my up and coming discussion and podcast recording with you. For me, it's really funny. I could resonate a little bit with Snow with regards to, I don't have stage fright. I like to stand on a stage, to speak to people in person. It's behind, once again, as he was saying, there's this limiting belief for whatever reason, once getting behind the mic. And so I have a podcast that I already launched quite a long time ago, and I have recordings that I haven't even put up because I keep making excuses as to why I haven't done it yet. I haven't recorded enough. I don't have enough interesting interviewees, yet I'm not doing anything about it. So I look forward to just facing whatever that limiting belief that it is that I have that I haven't uncovered, and diving deep within. I love hearing about Sandra and just, the successes that people are having by being on multi-level platforms, and everyone has a story. I have a story too, and I'm an American who's been living internationally now for 30 years in various countries and continents, and I consider myself a woman of the world, and my passion is helping people to love themselves, to connect deeper with themselves so they can have deeper, more rich, meaningful relationships with others, because our whole existence is about connection, and not just, fleeting connection, but real deep, meaningful connection. So that's me.
Thank you. Thank you, Layla. Craig, you got your hand up, sir.
G'day, Wendy. How you going? Good to
Doing
see.
well.
Good to see our episodes up and online. I just posted in my group to see how we go. So, my big question is, where's all the men today? Yeah,
Good question.
I'm counting all the heads in here. It's like 80% women and 20% us fellas. We need more men in this industry. Leading by example.
I'm here still, but not for long. Not much longer.
Okay, so no, we're not going to be here much longer anyway, but thank you. Good point,
Bring
Craig. We need more
bring
men.
back the fire.
And that's who you work with, and you're absolutely championing the getting the fellas back on track. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. So we'll Craig's is in the can. We will have a launch date. Not quite yet. Yours is coming, sir.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Anybody else want to chip in and say who they are? Yay, Terry.
Hi, everybody. Wendy and I met quite a while ago now, but I was one of the authors in her Making a Difference book that she put together with Crystal that she mentioned earlier. Yes, and here's my bookmark that comes from it that I had made when I was doing the launches. And I guess this really sums up everything that I do. It's being dissatisfied with the world you've created. It does not need to be a life sentence, because how many people do you know are living a life of less than simply because they feel like it's too hard to make the change that they need? So my work centers around helping people define what they actually want and then helping them to get there. And I've started that. One of the things that I've done in that journey is 3 years ago now, I started a weekly live Zoom called Tuesday Chats, where I interview people. I've never turned it into a proper podcast. It kind of is a podcast because I'm just Zooming and sharing it to Facebook and putting it all over there, because Facebook is the main platform that I use. But we're working on putting some more structure into that one. I need to add out of Wendy's book with structure. Yes, Mitch wants me to put on it. Mitch is my VA who's been with me for 3 years. She's been at me to put onto YouTube for a really long time, and I've been doing the same as Layla has, but I don't know how to do an intro. I don't know what to do for an outro. Bloody, 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 blah. It's time to change these things.
Well done. Well
so
done.
we're working on that.
Excellent. And Terry's interview is coming up later on this month, so we already have that one in the calendar. Joel's is ready in the calendar as well. Karen's is ready in the calendar. Jennifer's is ready in the calendar. Irina's is as well. So much fun here. So much fun here. Karen, did you want to share anything? Putting you on the spot.
Well, I'm teaching myself to be able to be in a group of people and not say anything, which for an air sign, you can be incredibly challenging. But look, good morning, everybody from Perth, Western Australia. Forgive the beautiful sun, but coming in on I love my little room we're coming into our winter. It's just, the sun, and put me in the sunshine and it brings me to life. Look, I've been thinking about this page to stage, stage to page thing. I was born into a musical family. I've been on stage from a musician's perspective. But let's be honest, life is a stage. And whilst it sounds corny, as we walk our life, the world is a stage that is supporting us to be who we came here to be. And the scenery will be changing on a very, very regular basis. And it's up to us to connect with that. And hopefully at some point in our lives, we literally wake up and go, wow, look at where I am. And it's the joy and the power in that connection. And the work I do with people is reconnecting them to that connection that has come from that energy from whence they've come. Doesn't matter what name you want to call it, there's an energy bigger than us, and it is such an integral part of us. And when we remember that, and as a little kid, we come in with that knowing everything's about a feel. And then as we go through our systems, again, whatever country you're in, there'll be structures, there you go, Wendy, and systems that try to force us into something that, you know what, maybe it's not us. So I'm an energy healer. That's actually, it's a 24-hour-a-day job and I love it. I simply reconnect people to their own awesomeness and watch them go, wow. Yeah, suddenly a sunrise can just be full of so much magic so much potential that they get to shift their perspective and they go, wow, yeah, I can do that. Because innately within them, they know they can, and suddenly the blocks have been shifted. So page to stage, stage to page. Yeah, look, I'll go stage to page.
That's the fun of it. Some people have done the page bit first, some people have done the stage bit first. And then with the some of them have come in at the same time. I mean, the definition of author is something I've been exploring with just about everyone, because Crystal, who sadly wasn't able to join us today, her first piece of writing was when she was 9. It wasn't published, but she wrote a play when she was 9. Lots of us have done creative writing at school when we were teeny tiny. Where do you put the label of author on? Does it have to be when it's published? I don't think so. Part of our creativity, part of our expression, and so many of us here in this room are all about expression, is whether we use our words on paper or out loud. We're creating. And Katana and Karen have got the musical side of things as well. So yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, guys. Well, anybody else want to add into the mix? Sophie, we haven't heard from you. I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you want to share anything? If not, say so, that's fine.
I'm working on a book, and it will definitely be a page to stage situation. And so in the process of writing that, figuring out my voice and how to connect with a very international audience. That's the goal. But figuring out those pieces is quite a journey, and it's been an exciting one. So it's cool to connect with everyone else.
Oh, cool. Well, if anybody wants to put their information in the chat, I know that Angel has. So please do stick your info in the chat and connect with each other. What I will be doing at the later end of this week is I will be setting up a Facebook page specifically for From Page to Stage. So all of you, I've all got your emails. So I will be sending you out an invitation to come and join the Facebook group for the From Page to Stage. And let's keep in touch, let's connect, because every single one of us here has an amazing story to tell. Whether we've already got on the podcast or not. Jennifer, I'm aware I haven't had a chat to you yet. Irina, we've got some powerful stuff to talk about. This lady has how many podcasts at the moment?
2 podcasts.
2 podcasts on the go at the moment. Yep. So not content with one, she's got 2. Excellent. Jennifer, you've got a regular show that you do, haven't you? Do you want to share a bit more?
I do, sure. Yeah, it's called Awaken and Ascend. And I love this because, you know, I feel a deep calling to be able to support soul-centered entrepreneurs in creating a lasting impact that's based on their true passion. And you spoke about expression before, Wendy, and the way I see passion, when you break up the word, it's pass I on. And that I being your soul's expression of what you're here to pass on in this lifetime. And so I'm very happy and grateful to have a platform to be able to do that for those that feel called to it. If you're interested, you know, in being on more podcasts, I put my LinkedIn in there and you can share about that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to connecting with you, Wendy, towards the end of the month. We have our recording for Page to Stage, and I know we're running out of time, so I'll just keep it short and sweet and stay tuned.
Thank you. Thank you. Exciting. Joel, do you want to chime in?
Are you gonna say something, huh?
Well, yeah, you know, Page to Stage. No, what I'm asking is.
Sorry, my voice is a little bit raspy, so I won't say a whole lot. But no, this is wonderful, Wendy. I think that
Joel's one of our authors, as is Craig, as is Terry, as is Layla. So Joel is coming in for a conversation to talk about his page and stage experiences. They may not be traditional stages that we think of as in keynoting or whatever. But Joel, I'll speak for you as you're feeling a little low in the voice department. But that's what we've got coming up. So I'm excited to share that one with you as well. Have I missed anyone else? I don't think I have. Right. Cool. Okay, guys. Well, keep in touch with everyone. As I said, the Facebook page will be set up at the end of the week. I'm giving myself a couple of days off. I know it's a shock, isn't it? So I'm giving myself a couple of days. Yes, Karen, you know very well it's a shock. I'm gonna have a couple of days off. So at the back end of the week, I will set up the Facebook page. I'll get the Podbean thing sorted, and we will go from there. Welcome everybody. I'm so excited and grateful for you to be joining me with my From Page to Stage launch. Thank you guys. For now, bye from me.
Can we all give Wendy a huge big round of applause and thank you for putting this together for us all.
Thank you, thank you,
Yes.
thank you. Okay, guys.
Thanks,
I will
Wendy.
now
Wendy.
go and make sure that those ones which I publish and didn't actually hit done and save. I'm going to go back and do those now, for sure.
Save the chat.
Bye, everyone.
Those who
Oh
haven't
yes,
got-
please do save the chat.
Okay.
Please do save the chat. Then you've got contacts.
Bye, everyone.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. See you guys.
Ciao.
Congratulations, Wendy. So exciting. Congratulations to all of you.
Bye bye to you all.